to our official red carpet talk for Sticks and Stones after our Africa Day panel discussion. Here today I'm joined with...
Peter Locke, I'm Head of Communities at North Star Housing.
Peter, you look amazing today, by the way. Can you just give us a quick breakdown of the outfit, if you don't mind?
just a jacket that I had for an event I went to, and just a pair of trousers.
Okay, now that's amazing. Humble. I just wanted to ask, obviously, since you're not from African descent, I'm not sure if you are, I was just assuming, but what did it mean to you to be a part of a discussion like that?
It was just a real privilege. It's just great to see such a diversity of opinion in the room, and as an organisation we really want to listen and learn from communities that we work with in Middlesbrough and the North East and more general, really. So I think for me it's about understanding that diversity of opinion. I think it was really interesting to hear the conversation at the start about understanding that Africa has a lot of cultures within it to understand, not just African cultures as a whole, really, and that's what we want to do. We want to understand that as an organisation. I want to understand it personally as well, because I think it matters. In terms of my wife's Chinese, so I have some experience of kind of my kids growing up with some of the issues that were talked around the kind of education system and that kind of thing. I see some of that with them, and I know that there's lots of challenges we've got there, and I think we really want to be part of that change, where actually we can get to a point where it is genuine inclusion. It's not, the kind of stuff, the tick boxes that's probably sort of been like that in the past. It wants to be genuine, and that's where we'd like to get to. Really.
That's amazing. Also, another question: how do you think in the future we can improve or strengthen African and British relations moving forward?
It's a really good question, and I think it comes with asking questions. I think that's where it comes from. It comes from learning, and it comes from being genuinely interested. I think for me personally, I'm not talking on behalf of North Star here, but really kind of asking the questions and checking my privilege with things on stuff as well, understanding actually what are those challenges and what is it that I'm doing, be it not actually on purpose or anything like that's perhaps not helping some of those things, and then what am I doing in the sector that I work in that's maybe adding to any of those barriers that again that will not be purposeful in any way, shape or form, but exists. And actually, how do we have those conversations? How do we start those at work? How do we look at our own kind of staff makeup and say, actually, this isn't representative of our communities? What is it we need to do? What are the steps we can take to get to where we want to be with it?
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Just like you mentioned, you're from North Star. What are some of the things that you are doing at North Star to improve inclusion for people of the African or Black community?
Okay, so we have an inclusion group, so that's where kind of some of this work comes from, working with Kuda on Sticks and Stones and trying to make sure that we're able to communicate really well with the Black community in the North East. I think Sticks and Stones is a fantastic resource and tool for being able to do that. We've had a board apprenticeship scheme as well that's looked to take on board members for us from different ethnic backgrounds, and that has included a Black person in that, so that's absolutely fantastic for us. That's a really great start, and I think the next steps for us are really about understanding our staff team and our makeup there, and what is it we can do to have a real impact on that, and not just in terms of what's out there in terms of things that we can get funded, but how can we actually transform our organisation to ensure that it is representative, that we do hear the voices that we need to hear, that are I see tonight here, it's such a fantastic community, it's brilliant, and I've worked with Sade for a number of years and Binny for a number of years, and we felt part of the community in terms of being welcomed in and supporting various kind of Black History Month events and things like that, but it's never translated into people at the organisation, and that's our next step, is how do we make that happen? What's the next step in terms of getting that done?
Thank you so much for the insight. I really appreciate you being a part of this.
Thank you.
I appreciate this. Thank you.